Jody Marketplace. Hi, Jody. Hi, Jody Genealogy. And it's been over a week since reading a letter. So let's read a letter today. Okay, my desk is a little bit not so, but we're just going to go with it. It's almost 12 o'clock. I want to get a reading in, and it's been a while. So let's do it. If you only seen what just happened with my tripod, went crashing on the floor. So I haven't had any time to like blow this letter up, but I do have a magnifying glass. So I'm going to read this to you. Now this is coming still from a private Coots from Hammond, Indiana, 1940s. This was written, let's see, it does have a date, and I'm going to have to read just like this the whole time. This is November 18th, 1944. I am trying to go in order as much as I can. I did find 2 more letters, so I'll have to fit those in somewhere. We might be doing a little bit of skipping around, and as you know, the last time we left off, we were in England. However, now we're going to fast forward, and we are going to be in France. He's probably excited because he really wanted to go to France. He really wanted to go. Although I don't think that France is all that it is made up to be. He really wanted to go there. He was so excited to go. I reread this just to hopefully, you know, look at how small this is. So I read this prior to just to get a feeling of the letter. And I don't think he's too happy to be in France. I think he'd rather be in England. He doesn't per se like the ambience of France. The GIs from America that are showing up in France are not welcome at all. A matter of fact, they're not even allowed to go in the public establishments. They're not allowed to drink with the people of France or even get something to eat when they're hungry. So let's come along and I'll read you this letter. Sorry about the lighting, but that's all I can do right now. My poor lighting. I really need to order some more. A bunch of you have been so gracious to me and have gifted me some money for the channel, and I really need to buy some nice lighting for the channel. I'm sure you would all appreciate not having these weird shadows, right? Okay, let's go on. Let's carry on. So I'm going to use this magnifying glass. I almost wish I had a really big one. That might even work better for these letters. Otherwise, what I'm doing is taking a picture, emailing it to myself, and then reading it off the computer, which does work pretty good, I have to say. It's not too bad. Okay, so let's dive in. So this is going to Rosalee Kutz, and I have done a little bit of research now, and I'll try to include some pictures in there. And Rosalie is his wife, and this is Private Henry Coots, and they are coming from the Chicago area in Indiana. It's like, I think it's on the border of Indiana and Illinois. And he's been working in the transportation for many years, and then he got drafted into World War II. So we're gonna take a time machine back and read this letter. Dearest Billy, hello honey, how is everything with you? All right, and then there's a question mark. Boy, this is harder than I thought. Somehow the first time I read it, it was easier. Okay. I feel pretty good this morning. Okay, I have to close one eye. This is going to look really strange, but we're going to go for it. I feel pretty good this morning, even though I didn't get any mail yet. I got up early this morning at 8 o'clock. Didn't get to bed until pretty late last night. Bordeaux and I went to, and I don't know how to pronounce this town. It looks like Beordeaux Borks. I'm not French. I can't pronounce this stuff. But we're gonna go along with it. I'm gonna put this letter up here so you can read along with me. And got back when it was pretty dark. It gets dark here about 5:30. Bordeaux is the biggest town that I've seen in France. Yeah, it's full of military police, and it says MPO for military police. But we had to pass and not much time, so we didn't get to see the whole town. It has some pretty big churches and a lot of stores. The prices are so high, you can't buy anything anyway. The military police stop you every time you turn out one street and down to another. They're all around the town, and that's all you have to do is hold your pass in your hand. The cafes are off limits. You can't buy a drink or anything to eat. In fact, you don't ever want to get caught inside one of them. I guess the army is afraid the frogs might poison the GIs. A lot of them aren't so friendly. They're pro, starts with an N, ends with an I. Can I even say that word on YouTube? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if I can say that. I know on eBay I can't say that word, really. Okay, you get the point. Coming back, we had a hell of a time getting a fright as they're going fast, and one finally slowed down for us as we got on. Okay, so they're talking about the freight cars that go back and forth, and a lot of them carried the GIs into town and transported them. So it's a big point of transport are these railroad carts, or they're called box cars or cars sometimes. It was already dark. Well, honey, I'm gonna try and go there again next week sometime. If I can get a pass to see the other part of town we missed. Oh, that's pretty cool to see the places, I bet. So we missed the first time. Well, honey, I'll sign off for now as I have to get ready to go to work. Say hello to everyone for me. Today is 7 years and 11 months that we've been married. Lots of love and kisses from your Private Hank. Any smokes coming? What a great little look into the history of things. And I actually didn't know that our GIs were not as welcome into town as what I thought they would be. So that's really interesting. So in England, they were definitely welcomed in. I didn't hear anything bad that was going on in England. I think they were happy to be on land. They were sending coins back home and making jewelry out of coins, which I thought was really interesting for their loved ones, their wives, their girlfriends. So we know at this point that the private is married and he's sending these letters back home to his wife. So that's really special. I'm so happy that I could find these. And I found these, if you haven't heard, in a box. I was digging through some flea market boxes when I found these letters, and I dug and dug, and I'm sure, and I found every one that was left. Very, very neat. Look at how small this is. That's why you need a magnifying glass or blow it up somehow. And I'm sure back in the day they had some pretty good magnifying glasses, and I've seen some, that were like this big before. The ladies that used to do their sewing and were getting older, they would have those nice magnifying glasses. So I hope you enjoyed my letter. And now that it's after midnight, I'm going to head to bed, everybody. Have a wonderful night. And until next time, bye.